Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're going to be back here doing another realistic rebuild. This time we're going to be taking on the Redskins, and we're going to have the updated rosters. So we're going to have some of the picks here, actually a lot of the draft picks. So we're going to start with Dwayne Haskins at quarterback. It's kind of a crazy thing here in Washington. I mean, we have Alex Smith. Obviously in real life, you don't know how he's going to come back from that really bad injury he had last year. So I'm kind of looking to get rid of him, to be honest. He's got a nasty cap hit. He's got a pretty big cap hit. Can we actually take a look at that if we just go to release? Yeah, I mean, holy crap. We can get up there. I mean, that's 10 mil just in cap. That's huge. For a backup, that's not good. Case Keenum probably not going to start. So taking a look at the team here, we got Darius, guys, who I'm really excited about. He's got star development. He should be a monster. He's a rook. We also have Haskins, who's going to be a star development guy. He's only going to be 21. He's going to be a 75 overall, a bit low. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised at how well Washington did there in the first round. They took Haskins, who was kind of a steal, to be honest. Receivers, we have Paul Richardson, who I think should be here long term. He's only 26, so hopefully he doesn't regress too bad when he hits that 28 stage. But I think he should be a receiver for us the rest of the rebuild. We also have Jordan Reed, one of the better tight ends in the league, but he has had injury concerns. Our left tackle, I'm pretty sure he's going to retire soon. He's like 32. Sheriff should be here long term. Moses should as well. He's only a 76 overall, though. Maybe we need to take a look at replacing center or right guard. Our center is, actually, he's only 25. Probably keep him. Defensively, I really like where the Redskins are. I kind of feel like they're a 4-3 team. We're going to stick with the 3-4, but I feel like a 4-3 suits them, if I'm being honest. So we'll see how we do defensively this year, but I might be looking to switch to a 4-3 next year. Our defensive line is real nasty. They really are. So I'm feeling like a 4-3 probably is the best way to go, but again, we'll see how they play here in a 3-4. Safeties, we picked up Landon Collins in free agency. We have Trey Boston. Corners definitely need some work. Probably one of the weaker positions on our team. Middle linebacker isn't far from it, though. Outside linebackers, we're going to have Montez Sweat starting out here at the right side, and Ryan Kerrigan starting at the left side. So that's what our team is looking like. I mean, we have Jonathan Allen, Initis here, Deron Payne. Our defensive line is nasty, dude. Just starting here, they're all 85 overalls, and they all have decent development as well. So I'm pretty excited to see what they can do. We're going to stick with the West Coast zone run. Not going to change any of the schemes or anything like that. We're going to set our season goal. I think we're going to do good this year, dude. I really do. We got a pretty good squad brewing here. I'm going to say 9 wins. 9 wins should be decent. Now let's go ahead and get the mid-season here. Actually, is there anybody we want to throw on the trade block? That isn't like cheeky. I don't want to throw Davis on or anything. You know what? Let's do Alex Smith. Let's put Alex. Oh, he's already out. Okay. I'm trying to get rid of him. Let's be honest here. I want to get rid of that cap hit. That's a huge cap hit. Okay, not a great start to the year. 2-5 is definitely not a great record. Yeah, I thought we'd be better than that. We just got blown out by the Giants 24-0. Okay. Dwayne Haskins has 1 upgrade point. We're not upgrading really extremely well for anybody. We'll go ahead and check out the players we're going to have to resign. Unfortunately, nobody offered anything for Alex Smith, so we're going to have to keep him. Actually, not going to resign anybody. There's nobody I really want to keep here at all in free agency, so we're going to let everybody test here. We'll go ahead and get to the end of the year and see what record we finish with. Wow, what a bounce back from what we started with. Are you serious? I mean, we started 2-5. We finished 9-7. That's a decent record. I mean, we put 9 wins on the year. It's pretty impressive, and we win the NFC East. Are you serious, dude? The Cowboys were 5-2. Okay, I'll take it. Dwayne Haskins has 2 upgrade points. Just hoping for a little bit more. Darius Geis has 2 upgrade points as well. What do we have defensively? Okay, our defensive line actually upgraded well. We got 2 upgrade points for our ends, 3 for Deron Payne, so I'm excited to see what overall they're going to be. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. We had to have done well here towards the end of the year. Dwayne Haskins, we'll see what he did. So, that's not a bad stat line for a rookie. I mean, 3,800 yards isn't going to be outrageous, but especially towards a new NFL when it's more of a passing air raid, You know, they're going to be up there in yards, but 3,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, 10 picks. Isn't a horrible year for a rookie. 67% completion rate. I mean, 101 rating, not bad. Rushing the ball, Darius got okay. That's got to change a little bit. Only 213 carries and 800 yards for Darius Guy. 7 touchdowns though. Go ahead and check out the receiving stats. 83 receptions by Richardson, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns by Doxson, 8 touchdowns by Reed, 600 yards by him. Davis up there as well. We're using a lot of 2 tight end packages, it looks like. Blocking the ball, how do we hold up? 10 sacks by our elite left tackle. That's a little bit tough. We're going to have to probably address that this year. 108 tackles by Foster, 90 by Boston, 83 by Norman. Sacks, we're going to get 8.5 by Kerrigan, 5 by Ioannidis, 4.5 by Foster, 3.5 by Allen. Probably going to try that 4-3 next year. Probably going to switch it up a little bit. I don't know if I really want to play a 3-4. I feel like, I just think we're more of a 4-3. So, defensively didn't have a great year. We did do some decent things offensively. Actually, we're 23rd in offensive yards. Well, at least our quarterback played well. A little bit. So, we're going to go ahead and hop into this playoff game right away against Green Bay. We'll go ahead and see if we can get a W this first year. Definitely would be a step in the right direction to get a win right off the bat in the playoffs. Alright, guys, we're going to be here in the playoffs starting off. Green Bay is going to get the ball to start off. We'll go ahead and see if we can get a W here, though. I'm hoping we can. That'll definitely be a huge step if we can beat Green Bay the first year without really getting anybody in free agency or anything like that. Wow, we don't score there somehow. We end up scoring here. Green Bay gets a field goal. Marching down the field, we get a field goal to 7-point lead. Green Bay ties it late. And we take the lead late. Oh, okay. Well, that's that. Green Bay seems they can get a touchdown in 40 seconds. Okay, that's good to know. That is nice to know, dude. Crap. What is going on here? Man, I feel like that's just, it happens way too often for us where the quarterback is just driving down the field and our defense has no answer at the end of the game, and there's always about 1 minute remaining. I don't know. Maybe I should increase the time of each game. Like right now I have it set at 6 minutes. Maybe I should increase it because that's outrageous, dude, how it happens every freaking game. It's literally, if we lose a game, it's usually within the last minute where we lose it. So maybe I'll try to increase the time limit of each game, maybe put it up to 8 minutes. Probably actually would be better to try it out and maybe see what happens here. So I'll go ahead and put our time for the games up to about 8 minutes. If we get into the playoffs again, it'll change it up a little bit. Maybe we'll have a different outcome besides just getting cheesed here by the CPU. That's tough, but at least it's the first year. So we made the playoffs, and now we can try to improve our team a little bit. So we're here in free agency after a pretty big loss in the playoffs. So we're going to try to make some signings. There's not a whole lot of people available at all. Not really any great players. Really, the only good player is Ajayi, but we have Darius Guy, so I'm not looking to really replace him. So only negotiation I'm going to offer here is going to be to a cornerback. Try to really bolster that core. I'm going to probably try to get rid of Norman. He has a decent sized cap. He's regressing quite badly. So we're going to sign Coleman here. I'm not thinking he's going to be a star player, but he definitely will be a nice slot guy. Dunbar, I don't know. He's getting up there in age as well. Oh my, look at that contract though from Josh Norman. Yeah, we got to get rid of him. That's like 10 mil a year. We got to clear some of that cap out. That's a lot of cap for a regressing cornerback. So we're going to try to get rid of Norman. But we'll go ahead and see if Coleman wants to accept it here. That would greatly help us out, especially because we did move to that 4-3 defense. And our defensive line is looking stacked. Coleman is going to accept it, so I'll show you what we're looking like real quick. I did move Montez Sweat to a right end. I moved Allen inside. And I think Ioannidis is one of the better pass rushers here on our team, so I'm going to keep him at left end. But our defensive line definitely looks like they can do some work next year. I'm going to also throw Ryan Kerrigan on the trade block because since we're moving out of that 3-4, I'm not sure if we're going to need him. Because he's definitely a pass rusher, but we're in the 4-3, so there's really not a spot for him right now. So we're going to throw him on the trade block as well. And just try to kind of rebuild this defense up. We also do have Rueben Foster. I I mean, I knew the Redskins got him, but just wasn't on my depth chart at all. He was just at the complete bottom, so we're going to have him as well. So our defense is actually looking better than expected here. So before we hop into the draft, we are actually getting 2 trade offers, both for the players we put on the block. Let's go ahead and check this out here. Ooh, Cincinnati. That's definitely something I'm looking like taking there. Add another 3rd round pick. Cleveland? Giving up a 2nd here for Kerrigan. That's where we're going to go. That's huge help in this draft. So we're going to give up Kerrigan here, and Cleveland is going to give up a lot for him, and that's a steal in my opinion for us. Let's go ahead and see what Josh Norman's going to fetch. I wouldn't think a high price. Definitely wouldn't think a high price. I probably want to go to next year. And Cincinnati's willing to give up a 2nd round pick next year for Norman, which I'm also going to accept just to give us some flexibility in case we need to try to pull off a trade or maybe just move up in the draft. So we're going to accept that. So we get rid of 2 big cap hit guys in Kerrigan and Norman. So we're going to be pretty good in cap. We also got rid of Alex Smith. I just cut him actually. So, yeah, because I didn't want to really keep that cap hit for long. So we're not going to have a lot of the big cap hit players on our team left, which is definitely nice. Let's go ahead and hop into the draft here, though, and see if we can try and bolster our defense a little bit and maybe offense as well. So we're in the draft here, and I think I'm going to move up a little bit in the 2nd round because there is a player I got my eye on, but we do have a lot of picks. Keep in mind, we traded some decent people, so we're going to have 2 seconds, some more later round picks as well. A lot of the good players are already taken off the board, so I think I'm going to go middle linebacker. I don't need a middle linebacker, but I am going to bounce this guy to the outside most likely if he is decent, because we do have Rueben Foster at middle. Okay, a bit of a reach. Bit of a freaking reach. Okay. Actually not bad. I mean, he just needs to work on that play rec a little bit and awareness. Other than that, he's got decent stats. Nice block shedding, decent speed. Okay, tackling. I'm happy with that pick, actually. I don't know why he's at 74 overall. I think it's because of the play recognition, but he can definitely be a speedy linebacker for us. And, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a reach, but he's going to play outside for us, and hopefully he can do well. I had my eye on this left guard here. I know it might be a bit of a reach. He is a 3rd round talent, and I'm probably going to draft him here right now. But we do need offensive line help. I definitely want to try to bolster that a little bit to get our run game going. And, I mean, agile linemen don't usually work out, but we'll see. This guy's got a decent 40s, not a bad bench. He's the 7th for the left guard, so we're going to go ahead and draft him. 73 overall. Okay, dang. Man, I just don't have any luck drafting agile linemen at all. They usually end up being quite bad for me. I mean, he's probably going to start because he's better than what we have, but still a bit of a reach. I had to give up Case Keenum as well as a 2nd round pick, but that's not a huge loss. I mean, I wasn't going to use Case Keenum at all. So, I guess it's not that huge of a loss, but still a little tough. That was a bit of a reach. I was hoping he would be decent for us, but I thought wrong. Man, this guy is a burner. Look at that release. This guy looks like a nice slot guy. Definitely probably not going to be our number 2 guy, but with that B+ release, definitely not going to have the best catching attributes, but with that 4.34 speed, that is nasty, dude. He could just straight up burn people out here. 75 overall. He's a decent... What was he ranked? 33 in true talent. Tavares Ray here. Coming up clutch. I mean, those catching attributes definitely aren't the best. But I still think I'm going to start him at slot just because of that release. Because when you have good release and you play the slot position, that actually is very important. So, yeah, I'm going to try to see what he can do there. I'm hoping he has a breakout year. But, yeah, I think that's a nice receiver that could upgrade quite well for us. So, I'm excited to see what he can do. And with the last pick I show you guys here, I think we're going to go with a running back. I know we don't really need one, but to go behind Darius, guys, I think this guy, Bryant Fair, looks nasty. He's got B+ carrying. He's already a scheme fit. Probably not going to start, but he looks like a nice backup duo here with Darius, guys. He's a 78 overall. He's got decent speed, nice carrying, good spin move, good juke move. So I think he'll definitely be a nice duo to pair with Darius Geis. And unless I do find a gym here later in the draft. Ooh, wow, he's 18th in ranked talent. Wow, we got a steal here in the 3rd round. We picked him at 87 overall. That's a steal. But yeah, unless I do find somebody good here in the later rounds, I'll see you guys at the start of the second season. Back here in year 2, taking a look at the squad, we still have Dwayne Haskins here with a 79 overall. He's scheme fit now, so that's pretty nice. We got Darius Guice up to an 81 overall, and they both have star development still, so they should upgrade well. Receivers could still be a bit of a problem. I mean, Richardson didn't upgrade, still sitting at an 84 overall. We still have Josh Doctson on the team. I'm excited to see what the rookie Ray can do. We know he's a speedster, so we'll see what he can do from the slot. Offensive line, it's going to be close, but I'm hoping Trent Williams can make it without retiring. Should be about 31 now, so we're going to be pushing it. But hopefully he can make it to 35. That would be very clutch. We're going to start this left guard, who's a 73 overall we drafted, Ontrell Swain. Definitely doesn't have the best stats, but needs to work on that awareness. I think the awareness is really why his overall is so low. If it was a little higher, he'd probably be up to about a 76 overall-ish. But other than that, the offensive line is definitely coming together here. We got a decent right guard. We got an okay center. Our right tackle is not the worst, so offensive line is decent. We got Jordan Reed still. Defensively, our defensive line is disgusting looking at this 4-3 we switched to. We're going to have Montez Sweat rushing from the right side. Our defensive tackles are going to be Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. And then Ioannidis here on the left side. Cornerback still. Really wasn't able to address it this offseason, which is a little unfortunate. Not really any good players in free agency or the draft that were still available that I could take. So we're going to be a little bit questionable in that area, but safeties are pretty much answered. I signed Trey Boston. He's an 85 overall. Landon Collins up to an 87 overall now. So our safety core is pretty nice. We got Rueben Foster. And like I said, yeah, I didn't even see him on our team. I was like, where is he? But he was just at the bottom of our depth chart for some reason. But he's going to be starting this year. So we actually have a decent linebacking core. Then we also picked up the rookie Mail, who's going to be a nice speedster for our linebacking core. And really just need to worry about that right side. And other than that, I think our defense is coming together here in year 2 already, except the corners. But other than that, yeah, I really like the way we're looking. Go ahead and set our season goal here. I think we should definitely make the playoffs again. If we made them last year, I feel like we definitely have improved. So I'm excited to see what we can do this year. At mid-season, we're sitting at 4-3, which isn't bad considering we were at 2-5 last year. Ooh, wow, we got a pretty big win over the Bears there, 28-7. That's impressive. It's definitely impressive. Their roster is no joke. Oh man, the NFC East is always a freaking dogfight, dude. Come on, look at that, 4-3. We're still at the top, but Giants tied with us along with the Cowboys. So we're gonna have to fight for the division again. I mean, last year it was tough as well. Go ahead and check out the players we're gonna sign. I did see we have a lot of cap room. After clearing out some of those huge cap players like Norman, Alex Smith, got rid of Case Keenum. We're sitting nice in the cap department. We're definitely going to re-sign Sheriff here and Ioannidis. Josh Doctson, I'd really like to bring him back, but that's a lot of money. Well, I guess we'll have to see what kind of a year he has. I'm not going to straight up re-sign him, especially because he's 26. So we'll go ahead and see what year he has. But the players I'm definitely going to re-sign for sure are going to be Ioannidis and Sheriff. They're too good to let go of. But we'll see how Doctson does, and everybody else can test. And, yeah, those are going to be the main players we're thinking about here. Well, no playoffs here, unfortunately. What did we finish? Oh, we finished 6-10? Bro, we were 4-3 at mid-season. So we only won 2 games after that. All right. Go ahead and check out some of the upgrades. Dwayne Haskins actually has 4 upgrade points, which is nice. Oh, it looks like Ray didn't have a great year. Only 1 upgrade point there. Defensively, did we upgrade well? Ooh, okay, our defensive line upgraded pretty nice. That's definitely good to see. Really good to see, actually. What do we do then? What happened? Dwayne Haskins, let's go ahead and see what kind of a year he had. He threw for 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, bit high on the picks. 67% completion rate, though, but his yards went up at least, but I think his interceptions went up as well, which definitely isn't good. Darius Guice gets the full carries this year. I put him as the third down running back and the power running back. He comes up with about 1,100 yards here. 3 touchdowns, no fumbles. And then the Bryant Fair, the rookie we drafted, actually has a decent year. 7 touchdowns for him. Receiving the ball, we got 87 receptions by Richardson. 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, leads the team. Josh Doxson, 78 receptions, 700 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jordan Reed, a 68 receptions, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tavares Ray here, 59 receptions, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. A bit underwhelming, to be honest. Definitely thought I would get more of him, so now I'm not too sure if he's going to be a star on this team. So what I'm thinking about doing is re-signing Josh Doxson, moving him to the slot, and then looking for another receiver, possibly going out and maybe trading for an elite receiver. I feel like that's really one of the only things we need right now. We need one of those receivers that can just put our team over the top. So we're definitely going to try to look and see if anybody's interested in a trade. Go ahead and check out how our offensive line performed. They performed quite well. And I'm excited about that because our offensive line's actually pretty much built up. Hoping that Trent Williams doesn't retire. But if he doesn't, we're looking pretty nice. Defensively here, we got 128 tackles by Rueben Foster. 97 by Collins. 88 by Dunbar. Sacks, we get... how are we struggling in the sacks department? That's where I thought we'd shine the most. Only 5.5. I mean, we got a lot of tackles for loss. 5.5 sacks by Payne, 4.5 by Allen, but 16 tackles for loss. 4 sacks by Sweat. Interceptions here, we get 5 by Dunbar, 2 by Coleman, then a lot of 1 bombs here. So as a whole, kind of upset my defense didn't perform a little bit better. But we'll try to improve that this year. Actually, I mean, they had 15th in defensive yards. And we did well in offensive yards. So how didn't we make the playoffs, dude? We're like 8th in offensive yards there. But that's going to do it for this year. Let's go ahead and hop right into free agency. And maybe try to pull together a trade if no good receivers are available. Because we definitely do need one. So we're going to be back in free agency here. And my negotiations are going to be a couple here. We got a lot of cap to work with. So I'm going to offer a contract to Eric Ebron. I know we have Jordan Reed, but he's 30 right now, and he is starting to regress. He's down to an 85 overall. So what I'm thinking of doing is if we get Eric Ebron, I'm going to try to use Jordan Reed as a trade offer to potentially go after an elite receiver because we do have to offer something in return that's worth value or the CPU just won't accept it. So I think Jordan Reed would be a nice starting point, maybe a pick here or there. Jalen Smith, also looking to go after him. I know we have Foster, but what I'm thinking of doing is if we get Jalen Smith, I definitely want to keep him at middle linebacker and bounce Foster over to an outside linebacker. And we'd be looking really nice, especially since we run a 4-3. Our linebackers would be really solid. We'd have a lot of speed there, and we'd just be looking really good. So hopefully we did enough to offer these guys to come here. I mean, we're offering them above and beyond what anybody else is. So they don't accept it, you know. I don't get it. I don't get it if they don't. But we get Jalen Smith and Eric Ebron, so that's going to help out a lot. So now we can try and trade for one of those elite receivers I've been looking for. All right, so we are going to go after one of those receivers here. Michael Thomas. We do know they have a need at tight end. Jared Cook has regressed for them. So we're going to offer up Jordan Reed and a second-round pick. And we'll go ahead and see what that gets us here. Okay, it's fairly close, so I think we can get this trade done. Keep in mind, we did have those 2 second-round picks as well from the trade we did last year. I'm pretty sure we got it from the Josh Norman trade. Man, I really don't want to give up that first-round pick. I'm hoping these 2 seconds will get the job done. If not, okay, we can keep our first-round pick. That's very helpful. So I'd say this is a fair trade considering how trades are going down IRL right now. Definitely feel like this is a fair trade. We're giving up an 85 overall tight end in Jordan Reed, which is a position they need. We're also giving up 2 second-round picks, and we know picks are so valuable in IRL. So, yeah, I feel like this is a fair trade. We're going after Michael Thomas. He hasn't gotten paid yet, so I feel like it could be realistic that they're trying to get rid of him before they have to give him that hefty contract he's looking to get, and we can afford it. So that's why we're going after him. So we do end up getting that receiver, and that's going to be a lot of help. Get Dwayne Haskins some receiving targets out here. And next year might be the year. 3rd year of the dream, bro. It might happen. All right, so doing a quick draft recap, guys. We did pick fairly high. Keep in mind we had to give up those 2 second-round picks for Michael Thomas, but I think that's completely worth it. I mean, we got an elite receiver out of that, but I got one player really of value here. We picked 7th overall, so I did go offensive line. I wanted to try and make sure our offensive line was okay for right now, so we go after Chance Watt, and he's a really nice offensive lineman. He's already a scheme-fit, agile guy. Usually agile guys don't work out for me, but I mean, he's already an 82 overall. He's got 90 strength. Run blocking could use a little bit of work, but he's definitely going to start at right tackle for us. And I think I'm going to move Moses to a guard spot. I think he'd be decent there. But yeah, I think our offensive line's pretty built up right now. We're looking pretty good. He's already the 10th ranked right tackle in the league. That's pretty impressive coming in as a rookie. So at the start of Season 3 here, man, our team is shaping up to look really nice. I mean, it really is. So we got Dwayne Haskins up to an 83 overall. He's still hanging on to that star development, so he should upgrade well. So got him on focus training too. Darius Geis is up to an 84 overall. Receivers, we finally take care of it, and I think we're going to have a breakout year this year because our receivers got a whole lot better. We pick up Michael Thomas from that trade. We're going to have Paul Richardson playing the number 2 spot, which he should shine at. We're going to have Josh Doxson playing the slot, which also should be a very nice role for him. Offensive line, we're getting there. I mean, we got some decent pieces out here. Trent Williams is still on the squad, and he isn't regressing, so that's very nice. Hopefully, I mean, if he can last till the end of the rebuild, if we make it there, man, that would be something if he doesn't retire. We picked up a nice right tackle from the draft. We got Sheriff at right guard, a decent center. Left guard is the only position you could say is of concern, but last year he played well. He didn't allow a lot of sacks. We also picked up Eric Ebron, which is nice. Defensively, I mean, we got a real good defensive team right now. Cornerbacks are still a concern. I just haven't been able to find any. There hasn't been like a real good corner in the draft or even in just free agency that was available. And I picked 7th overall last year in the draft, and there were still not any great corners, unfortunately. We still got some decent safeties. I really like our linebacking core. We picked up Jalen Smith. We also have Rueben Foster playing outside. We're going to have Mail here playing left linebacker. I really like the way they're shaping up. We got a lot of speed there. And then our defensive line just speaks for itself. Look at the ratings. Jonathan Allen now overthrows Deron Payne for that number 1 D tackle spot. We got Ioannidis here still. Montez Sweat's upgrading. I mean, we'll get after the quarterback. That's for sure. I'm excited to see what our defense can do this year. So we got a 93 overall defense and a 91 overall offense. So we got a lot of cap as well. So if we just keep on adding pieces, I mean, this team could be something special for real. I mean, this squad's pretty good. I usually don't end up with a team like this till maybe the 4th year, maybe even the 5th year. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Let's go ahead and set our season goal real quick. We gotta make the playoffs. So if we don't make the playoffs, that's just gonna be unfortunate. I mean, we gotta make the playoffs. You know what? Don't ask me how we're 3-4 at midseason. I mean, really, just don't. How? How the crap are we 3-4? I don't know. I really don't. Wow, and the freaking Cowboys are 7-0. Are you kidding? Jesus, dude. I did make one change when we go into our playbooks here. I switched it up to Cleveland's playbook because, I don't know, you know, they're usually a power team here in the sim. Maybe Washington's playbook just wasn't the best. I did look, though. Some people are saying offensive schemes don't matter. It just matters how fast, like, your players upgrade and who's a scheme fit. I seen they said that often the playbook actually matters more. So I decided we go with Cleveland's. I mean, they're a power run team, vertical passing scheme. So we'll go ahead and try that out, see how it works. I mean, there's no harm in trying it. We're 3-4 currently. So obviously Washington's playbook isn't the best, unfortunately. So go ahead and check out the players we're going to have to resign. That's one thing I don't like, though. Like, if you guys know what's going on there, like, why should I have to change the playbook, you know, just to do well if we already have a good team? I really don't know. But we'll go ahead and check out these. Jonathan Allen, he's got to come back. And to be honest, he doesn't want a hefty contract. I mean, that's not a huge cap hit, so I'm okay with that. Landon Collins, got to bring him. Wow, we already have to re-sign him? I thought they re-signed him to like a 6-year deal or something. Rueben Foster, we're going to bring him back. And he's going to get paid. Quentin Dunbar, man, I don't know. He's 28. Probably not going to bring him back. We're going to lose a lot of corners this offseason, so we're going to have to address that. Got to bring back our center, even though he's 27. He's going to have to come back, because if your center goes, usually your team probably starts falling apart a little bit. But yeah, those are the players I'm focusing on bringing back here. We're going to spend a decent amount of money, but what's our cap looking like here? Ooh, yeah, we still have 80 million, so we're not in any way, you know, near the bottom of the cap. So we still got a decent amount to work with. So we should be able to make some signings in free agency as well. Man, I really would love to know what went wrong here. How do we finish 8-8? Jesus, dude. What is going on? Okay, I mean, we're going to have to check this out. I don't understand it, but... So we finish 8th in offensive yards. And we finished... Oh, wow. How do we finish 27th in defense? What? That don't even make sense. All right. Dwayne Haskins, though. Oh, wow. Those interceptions just aren't going down. They're going up. What? That's not good. That's definitely not. 4,300 yards here. We got 37 touchdowns, but Jesus, 18 interceptions. What is going on? Man, maybe Haskins is a little bit turnover prone. Holy crap. 68% completion rate. Running the ball, Darius Geis. Ooh, that's a decent year. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Can't have 3 fumbles, though. You really can't. That's just something you can't have. That's probably going to hurt us bad. Michael Thomas comes in, and he does work for us. 84 receptions, nearly 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. It looks like switching to Cleveland's playbook actually got our offense rolling. That's a little weird how you can just switch playbooks like that and maybe your team can do good. It's kind of weird. Hopefully they can address that next year in Madden. 70 receptions, though, for Paul Richardson. About 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Bit of a down year, but he's moving to that second receiver spot, so it's not a huge worry. Eric Ebron, about 700 yards as well, 5 touchdowns. Josh Doxson, looks like he fits in the slot pretty well. It's probably his position. He's got about 900 yards, 10 touchdowns, which is pretty impressive. Darius Geis doing work from receiving. 6 receiving touchdowns is impressive. I think our offensive line did well. Yeah, our offensive line, if they can stay together, I'm pretty happy to see what they can do. Defensively here, we get 117 tackles by Foster, 102 by Smith, 87 by Collins here. Sacks, we get 7. Oh, okay, wow. We're just struggling a little bit in sacks, which I don't understand because we have some monsters on our defensive line. Maybe we'll switch up our defensive playbook next year to maybe a pressure 4-3 team that can maybe get after the quarterback. 7.5 sacks, though, by Ioannidis. 5.5 by Allen. 4.5 by Foster. Nothing too impressive there. We get 4 picks, though, by Collins. 3 by Coleman. 2 by Boston. And some 1-bombs here. Again, our defense is struggling, though, and that's a little unfortunate. I'm not sure why. Check out the yearly awards here. Wow, Teddy Bridgewater almost wins it for the Saints. Get Ezekiel Elliott, who wins the MVP. Are we in the conversation? Well, actually, no, we're not. Okay. We're not in the conversation, unfortunately. So that's going to do it here for the end of the season. At least Dwayne Haskins is getting some decent yards. Hopefully he can cut back on those turnovers, though. That would definitely help out a lot. So we're going to head into free agency here, getting ready to head into year 4. We're going to have to make some signings. We got a lot of money, so we'll see what we can do with it. Back here in free agency, guys, and whoa, there's some players available. Holy crap, look at this talent in this free agency class. Got some nice running backs. There's some good pass rushers available. I'm going to show you who my negotiations are going to be with. We're going to offer D.D. Westbrook a contract because why not? I mean, we got a lot of cap. Why not try to bolster this receiving core even more, give Dwayne Haskins more weapons? We're also going to go after T.J. Watt, and what he's actually developed into a very nice pass rusher. So if we get him, I think I'm going to move him to Montez Sweat's spot. Montez Sweat just hasn't really produced. He really hasn't. He hasn't had a season with double-digit sacks at all. He hasn't even came close, actually. So we're going to try to replace him, and if we get T.J. Watt, I'm actually going to... probably try to trade Montez Sweat for maybe a corner. Because, again, this is the best available corner in this draft. And he's not great. I mean, he's an 84 overall. We definitely need cornerback help. So we're going to try to address that this year. Maybe trade for one, see who's available. Maybe go after an elite one. But, yeah, these are the 3 players I'm going after. And we're still going to be in a decent amount of cap situation. Go ahead and advance forward here. Really hoping these guys accept. Oh, I thought I seen rejected there. I was going to be like, no. All right, so we get Westbrook, we get Watt and Jackson. That's really going to help out, even make our team more deadly here. And we'll go ahead and see if we can pull together a trade before the draft. All right, guys, so we get a trade pulled together. We trade away Montez Sweat, and to be honest, I'm kind of glad because we replaced him anyway, and his contract is up this year. So there's no reason to really keep him around. So we trade with the Bears. We go after Kyle Fuller, who is going to definitely add some much-needed presence at that cornerback core. We've struggled this whole rebuild trying to get somebody to get a good corner at least, and we finally get one. We give away our 2nd round pick this year and our 1st round pick next year, and I mean, we had to give up a lot, probably more than we should have, but we needed a corner, so we had to go after this aggressively, try to address this pretty fast because we're heading into our 4th year. Definitely don't want to get stuck in that situation where maybe 5th year no corners are available and we're just kind of screwed. So I'm glad we went after this. We get that cornerback help we needed. Now let's go ahead and do a quick draft recap. All right, guys, doing a quick draft recap. There's not a whole lot of players we got that's going to start. Maybe one here. In the 1st round, we went after Griffin Ballmer here. He's going to be a cornerback, and he might start at the slot. We do have a need there right now. 76 overall, quick development. Not the best speed, but you're not going to really need the best speed playing in the slot there. He's got decent agility, which is nice. Good tackling, which is actually pretty good for the slot, and nice press. So I definitely feel like he's going to be a starter there, and we'll see what he does. Maybe he can upgrade well. But I think our team's coming together here in the 4th season. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So in year 4, dude, we're looking really nice. We got a 95 overall everything on both sides of the ball. I think this is definitely one of the better teams I've ended up rebuilding here. Our offensive line has stayed together. Somehow Trent Williams didn't retire, somehow. I mean, he must be 35, 36 now. But yeah, I like the way they're looking. Our right tackle's up to an 84 overall. We still have Ebron. Our receiving core is really getting good. We got Thomas, Westbrook, and now Richardson's going to be playing the slot. I'm curious to see how he'll play there. It's kind of tough. He hasn't upgraded at all this rebuild. He hasn't even gotten 1 point. Darius Geis is up to an 87 overall. So is Haskins. And Haskins has superstar development. We're going to have a lot of contracts to re-sign this year, though. We're going to have to re-sign Geis, Haskins, a lot of rookies that were in the 1st year we're going to have to re-sign. Taking a look at the defense, though, we're really stacked. Now we got TJ Watt, Allen, Payne, and Ioannidis on the D-line. Kind of surprised they haven't had better years. I mean, they really haven't had any breakout sack years, which is kind of tough. Kyle Fuller is going to make a pretty big impact with a 92 overall. Jackson's going to be playing number 2, and then Coleman is going to be playing the slot, actually, over Ballmer, because he's got about 6 more points than him. Our linebacking core is still the same. I really like that. Our safety core is good as well. So I feel like, I mean, we got a good team going here. I can't believe we didn't make the playoffs last year. If we just don't make it this year, it would really be a tragedy. That's what it would be. You know, man, we got to make the playoffs, though, right? I don't care how tough our division is. If we don't make the playoffs, it's insane. Let's go ahead and get to mid-season, though, see what our record is looking like. But I know we're going to have a lot of players to re-sign, but I think we got enough cap to get it done. We're 4-3, which is a little disappointing. Hoped we would be possibly undefeated. Oh, good God. Look, we just destroyed the Chargers 35-2. All the Chargers got was a safety. Well, that's pretty good. Let's just leave it at that. These Chargers are a super team. Usually here in Madden. Man, 4-3 though. That's not good. I mean, it's all right. It's just not the best. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to re-sign Deron Payne, What? We have to re-sign Kyle Fuller as well? All right. Well, that's a little tough. Darius Geis as well is gonna have to come back. Not gonna bring this linebacker back. He's definitely not gonna start. So yeah, we're just gonna bring back Geis, Fuller, and Payne. Geis doesn't want a huge contract, which is nice. Actually, really, none of these guys do. What's our cap situation? All right, we're getting down there. We should be able to make all these signings, though, and still have enough money if we need to make one big signing in free agency. But, man, if this isn't our year, I don't know. It might not be great. Well, we come back here, make the playoffs, finish 11-5. We still have to play in the wild card, unfortunately, but I mean, it's a playoff berth. That's nice. That's nice after missing it 2 or 3 times in a row, I believe. We made it the first year, and then we missed it twice. This is the first time we made it. Dude, another dogfight in the NFC East. Giants almost beat us out. At 10-6, what's our upgrade points? So, ooh, Haskins has 5? That superstar development helps out a lot. Defensively, not a whole lot of upgrade points, but I mean, there's not a whole lot they can get better. Our whole defensive line's at least 90 overalls. Dude, look at that. All A's on the line. Holy crap. Go ahead and check out the stats. I'm really hoping we had a decent year. Haskins? Look at that. Defensively stepped up as well. I want to check to see the MVP real quick. See if we were in the conversation. Haskins comes in at number 6. That's good to see. We're finally up in the conversation at least. It looks like Haskins has his best year yet. Yes. Okay. So 4,400 yards, 44 touchdowns. Cut back on the interceptions a little bit. Still a little high, but I mean, he's going to sling it. 14 interceptions, 68% completion rate. Running the ball, Darius Geis has 1,200 yards, nearly 1,300. 11 touchdowns, 4 fumbles. Fumbles are going up. That's definitely not what you want to see, though. Michael Thomas leads the team in receptions by 15 with 90. Has 1,280 yards, 9 touchdowns. Paul Richardson, hello? 14 touchdowns. Maybe the slot was his position all along. That's insane. 14? D.D. Westbrook up there with 700 yards, 5 TDs. Eric Ebron, 75 receptions, nearly 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. Guys has 7 receiving touchdowns? He had a decent campaign. I mean, about 1,300 running yards, 400 receiving yards. Puts him at about 1,700 total yards. Not bad. Sacks. Didn't give up a whole lot. Our left guard still is the weakest position on our O-line. Just haven't really been able to find a decent left guard, but still our line as a whole is playing pretty decent these last few years. 131 tackles by Foster, 121 by Smith. Look at that linebacking core right there. Rueben Foster has 7.5 sacks? Oh my god. 94 by Fuller, 92 by Collins. Sacks, we get 13. Finally some breakout years here by our players. 13 by Ioannidis, 8.5 by Payne, 8.5 by Watt, 7.5 by Foster. Only 3 by Jonathan Allen, but that's all right. Getting a lot of production now. Interceptions, we get 4 by Fuller. That's a really nice pickup. He came in, got a lot of tackles, interceptions. It's a nice signing there. 3 by Boston, 2 by Collins, 2 by Coleman, 2 by Jackson. Dude, we're getting some turnovers on defense, and we're getting pressure. That's definitely a step in the right direction. We played great as a team here, and now we're going to be taking on the Saints in the wild card. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Finally in the playoffs here, guys. We're going to be taking on the Saints. We get a home playoff game. How long has it been since the Redskins have had a home playoff game? Must have been a hot minute. Go ahead and see what we can do. Teddy Bridgewater's the quarterback here for the Saints. Hoping we can come up clutch here. If not, it's going to definitely be disappointing. Dwayne Haskins, though, is like a 95 overall right now. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm not going to lie. If we can beat the Saints, that's a pretty big step. They got Kamara. They got some savages on their team. And wow, we just blow the Saints apart, dude. Holy crap. Well, that's what you like to see there. I mean, yikes. Look at Bridgewater's stats. That's some of the worst stats I think I've ever seen. He had a 45 rating. He was 14 of 30. 46% completion rate. That's our defense right there. That is our D, bro. Haskins plays well in one of his first playoff games here. 29 of 42, 270 yards, 3 TDs. That's what you like to see. Man, we just destroyed Bridgewater. And to be honest, we should have. Our defense is top tier right now. Our offense is top tier. I mean, we got a serious chance of possibly winning the whole thing. taking on the Rams, and man, I don't like this matchup, but this is gonna be a test for us. Taking on the high-powered, explosive Rams offense. See if our defense can come up. This is gonna be a huge test for us. All right, and Rams up 10-0. Rams up 17-0. It's not what I want to see. Okay, it looks like it might be a blowout. And we miss an extra. Okay, we missed the extra point, bro. Are you serious right now? The Rams score. No. God, dude. I don't get it, man. I don't. There's not much I can do to build this team any better, really. I mean, maybe left guard, but that's it. And we get kind of destroyed there, 38-26. Not what you want to see in year 4. Not what you want to see at all. Haskins struggles. 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Not good. Why did we throw the ball 51 times? Darius Geis only ran it 18 times. Todd Gurley kind of had a field day, which is surprising because we have a nasty D-line. A little tough there. We're going to have to head into year 5 and see if we can get the job done. All right, so we're going to spend all of our cap here. We actually only have 30,000 in the cap right now. If we get this signing, the only person we're going to be able to go after is going to be Connor Williams. So, man, if he accepts it, that's going to be good. That's going to give us a really solid offensive line as a whole. Still have everybody together here. That would really, that would help us out hugely. Man, Connor Williams, this could be the rebuild, potentially. And he accepts it. So we get Connor Williams. Not sure if I'm going to do a draft recap. Probably not going to get anybody that's going to start because I don't think I'm going to draft anybody that's going to be better than anyone I have currently. Yeah, because we have some decent players right now. So we'll probably just head right into year 5. So this is it here. It's Super Bowl or bust right now. Go ahead and set our season goal just straight to that. Taking a look at the team, we're basically the same. Literally all we have different right now is we went after Connor Williams. So that's going to be the only signing we made, and everybody else is going to be the same. Our offensive line right now is pretty good. We should be able to run the ball very effectively, hopefully. Dwayne Haskins is up to a 92 overall. Receivers, we got 2 elite ones in Thomas and Westbrook. I'm still going to have Paul Richardson play the slot because he had such a good year last year. Defensively here, we're still looking top tier. We've got a really nasty defensive line. Got some good linebackers, good corners. So if we don't make the playoffs, man, I don't know. I really don't. We're going to have to start trying something new out, maybe, possibly. Because there's no way this team should miss the playoffs. We should be like, if anything, 13-3-ish territory. I don't even want to see if we're like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even want to jinx it right now. Let's just go ahead and simulate straight to the end of the year. I'm not going to check back at midseason here. We're just going to go straight to the end of the season and see if we're in the playoffs because it's the last year, so we're not going to need to re-sign anybody or anything like that. All right, guys, so we're here at the end of the season. It looks like we get a bye. That's very helpful. What do we finish here? 14-2? All right, I see you. Still, man, the freaking Giants are 11-5. It's not been an easy road to win the NFC East at all. Let's just say that. Let's go ahead and simulate forward here just to see what we're going to be taking on in the divisional round. Ooh, the Giants. I'm looking for a little revenge here. Definitely. I'm curious to see what we did because all we added was a left guard, so maybe just having an elite offensive line is all you need. I guess I never thought about maybe just having 5 top-tier offensive linemen. If so, though, that's looks like what it could be, possibly. So, Dwayne Haskins here. Let's go ahead and check out his stats. He has 4,000 yards, cuts down on the interceptions a lot. 35 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Running the ball, Darius Geis has 1,400 yards. I'd say the offensive line added some help there. 8 touchdowns, which is good. Receiving the ball, Eric Ebron actually leads the team in receptions, surprisingly, with 86, nearly 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Westbrook has about 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Michael Thomas only 75 receptions, but 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's averaging 14.7 yards per reception. Paul Richardson, not doing great from the slot, let's be honest here. About 600 yards, 9 touchdowns, though. Let's go ahead and check out the blocking assignments. How do we do? Wow, okay, well, Our offensive line actually allowed more sacks than usual, but we played better as a team, which is a little odd. Defensively here, how do we do? 102 tackles by Smith, 86 by Collins, 79 by Javonte Grimes. What did we do sacks-wise? Okay, that's what you want to see right there. That is what you want to see. 15.5 sacks by TJ Watt, 12.5 by Daron Payne, 8.5 by Allen, 4 by Ioannidis. Stepping up. We're stepping up. Defense especially a little tough on the interception side. 2 by Smith, 2 by Collins. A lot of one bombs here, but we did enough to finish 14-2, which I'll take. I'll take that every time. Did I see that right? Doug Peterson for the Raiders. All right. Mike Zimmer's on the Panthers. Seems like head coaches are just flopping teams right now. Let's go ahead and hop into this game, though. I'm probably not going to play the moments because I don't know. I don't really want to win a Super Bowl just playing the moments myself. I want my team to be able to do it. And I know it's possible because I've won a Super Bowl before not playing the moments here. So we know it can happen. Might be a little tougher, but, we have the team to do it right now. We got a 99 overall offense, a 95 overall defense. We should be able to take out the Giants. Let's be real here. Let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, here it is. This is what it comes down to. If we lose this, the rebuild is over. So it's clutch time right now. We got to come up. I've seen Daniel Jones had a great year, actually, for the Giants. 3-3. Come on, dude. We got a great defense. We should not let the Giants just beat up on us. And thankfully, we're not. We're putting up points, which is what you want to see. Giants tie it up here. We take a 7-point lead. Get the ball back. Take a 14-point lead. And we get by the Giants easily. 37-20 right now. And we're moving on to the conference championship. 2 games away from the Super Bowl. Please, just don't be the Rams we're playing. That's all I need. Daniel Jones actually plays well. 350 yards. This is kind of a rivalry that might happen IRL. 350 with a touchdown. Actually, I don't know how I feel about Daniel Jones IRL, but in Madden, seems like he's doing pretty decent. And then we also play well. 82% completion rate by Haskins is very nice. Well, we are playing the Rams, which is not what I wanted to see here. It's a little unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. We score 7 early. Rams tie it up, 7-7. Take a 10-7 lead. Kind of a defensive battle right now, 13-7. Ooh, Rams score. So do we, though. We get the ball back. And, oh gosh, the Rams tie it here. Oh no, they take the lead. No, man. Oh my God. And that's how it's going to end. We're going to lose to the Rams twice in a row. What the crap, dude? Man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Every time I play the Rams, I just get beat down, dude. I'm telling you, they're almost impossible to beat. I don't get it. We got like a god squad up in here, and the Rams can just beat us down every time. It wasn't a beat down. It was a closer game than last time, but we still take an L here, and we're not going to be moving on to the Super Bowl, unfortunately. So Dwayne Haskins can't lead us to the promised lands here within 5 years, which is unfortunate, but it's still a fun rebuild. We built a fun team here to play with, had some good stats throughout the rebuild. Haskins was a little high on the interceptions, cut back on it though, gave him a lot of weapons to work with. Let me know what you guys thought about this rebuild down in the comments section below. And I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Let me know who you guys want to see next as well. And if you did enjoy it, why not hit that sub button? That would also be greatly appreciated if you do. And also make sure you crush that like button. Alright, that would be greatly appreciated as well. I'll see you guys next rebuild though. Peace out.